Hello everyone, I am Jaideep Singh. So we just got done doing a video on my 2012 Gypsy. We've had it for quite a long time. So as you can see, we're out in the snow. We were here for a snow drive. We came yesterday to Dalhousie. Just got done driving up to Lakkad Mandi and back now. So yesterday night we were with a whole bunch of like-minded people from our extreme off-roaders and Ibex Trailblazers group. We're not an off-roading group, we're more of a traveling group of friends. So a very common, I think the biggest discussion that was there was the new Jimny that has been launched, and everybody had their doubts and questions, and everybody thinks along a different thought process for a new vehicle, and then there's an image that gets created even before something is launched. So there were some very common misconceptions, I would say, about the Jimny that is coming up. The reason that we're doing this video is we are hardcore Japanese off-roader and Japanese 4x4 fans, and I've got a whole bunch of 4x4 Japanese SUVs, from the Y60 petrol, a Y61. We've got a Cygnus with the V8, a Prado with the GRFE, and in the modern day ones, I would say we've got the Suzuki, we just picked the Pajero. That's a very special vehicle. We'll cover that in another video. So I think all the SUVs that I know of, other than the Ford GPW, the Willys Jeep that we have, is predominantly Japanese. So while discussing, there were 2-3 points that came up. The first main issue that everybody is raising is that the Jimny is too small. So there's no better vehicle to put that in perspective than my Gypsy. So this Gypsy is the hardtop version. The new Jimny is going to have the exact same, give or take 10 mm, the exactly same length, and the wheelbase, that is the distance between that and this tire, is going to be longer. So that means the tire sits closer to the rear of the vehicle, and if you make a rectangle, the tires are at the four far edges of the rectangle, which anyone can understand will give it more stability, will make it feel even more confident. And if we look at the width, it is around 10 centimeters wider than your current Gypsy. So we are like 105, 110 and close to 6 feet tall, and we've been using it for the last 6, 7, 8 years. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there who've been using Gypsy for decades, if not a few years, and they've not had issue with space. Of course, there's a little less space, but it's never been so cramped. We've been using it as a micro camper, as I've discussed in the other video as well. So the new Jimny is going to be wider, will have more space. And the biggest thing that a lot of reviews have missed out, and we didn't want to do another video about the 9-inch display or the fancy colors, or the touch screen that is available in the Jimny, or the headlamp washers of course. What I wanted to explain rather, or bring to the notice, was that the Gypsy has probably the best suspension setup you can buy in an off-road vehicle. It's a 4-wheel drive, of course we know that it's a 4-wheel drive, with a gear lever, no electronics to move it into the 4x4 mode. And it has a solid axle with springs. So it's basically coil springs with solid axle front and rear. To put that in perspective, I would say the only other vehicle available in the market, modern day vehicle that you can buy off the shelf, is the Rubicon. That's it. There is no other vehicle. You can go to the dealership and buy. Especially in India, there's no other option. Abroad, I think the Grenadier, if I'm not wrong, that does have the modern day Defender that has come up, that probably has a solid front axle. I'm not really sure. Rears are always solid, but the front solid axle is what is going to set it apart, is what differentiates a regular pseudo SUV or anything else from a hardcore off-road vehicle. So for those who don't know, I can always show you. Similarly, this Gypsy also used to come with a solid front axle, and that is the main reason people swear by its reliability. So if you can look down there, the black tube thing that we see with a round fixture in the middle, that is the differential, and the tube is what houses your axles. It is not an independent front suspension like the Thar, the Fortuner or the Pajero or the Suzu or anything else. It has a proper 4x4 spec, very friendly to modifications, very friendly to changing and altering it to suit your needs. And then of course it is also coming with the 4x4 technology, or I would say rather software, which helps to make it work almost like a locking differential. So it's a brake assisted locking differential. So whatever tire will get a free spin, the other one will brake, and then the tire that is not spinning will also get the power. So it'll get you out of tricky situations pretty easily. Sorry, there's a lot of snow and we're falling around. So I think we've booked one Jimny ourselves. I've booked a white auto, and in the group itself we've got so that's a Gen 1 carbureted Gypsy on MPFI with almost bald tires, and you can see it taking almost 8 to 9 people on the road. So they're very reliable. We can expect to see massive sales in Himachal and J&K and Ladakh areas, of course, and wherever else there's a true blue 4x4 enthusiast. So what people are confusing the Jimny for, this is how we can conclude it. It is not a small toy-like vehicle. Wait till you see them get prepped and on the road and working their way through tricky situations. It is probably the best thing that has happened in the Indian SUV market, I believe, in the past 2 decades, I would say, because the Gen 3 Jimny, the one we're getting in India, is the Gen 4. The Gen 3 was launched in '98, and I was too young at that time, but I believe the real-time enthusiast would have been hopeful that they would bring it to India. It never came, and all we got was the second generation, which was sold for almost 38 years. So this Jimny is something to really look forward to. It is as they say, it is not to be taken for granted, and we've already started looking for options and sourcing stuff for modifications. We've got like 8 to 9 Jimnys in the group itself. So what suspension, what tires, what wheels, that that is already on, and it is something to really look out for. I believe this one point of what is setting it apart, that is the front solid axle, is something that has to be considered for people who know their SUVs, who know their 4x4s. The LC80 series is something that is very sought after worldwide. The Nissan Petrol Y60 and Y61 are loved by everyone, or the modern day 70 series Land Cruiser, which is, I think, every Australian's dream. All of these vehicles, they have just one thing in common, and that is the front solid axle. So this is the reason even the Jimny has like a year plus waiting period abroad. People buy it as a project car, as a fun car. It's easy to afford, and I think we should see the same happening in India as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.